What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, within the Call of Duty community at this current moment, it's like a domino effect going on right now, where something is breaking or busting, and then another thing goes, and another thing goes, and another thing goes, and another thing goes. And we're currently at a point where I would say the mass majority of the community is just really fed up. I mean, we have big names deciding to back out of the game and, leave it and let it simmer for a little bit until the devs can come back from winter break, so on and so forth. But guys, something has happened recently, again, and you could tell the desperation right now within, I'm assuming, Activision. I don't think this is really a Treyarch thing, even though they are probably feeling the pressure of the heat right now. But I am assuming that Activision wanted to go ahead and give the go-ahead on this one right here to calm the community down. But let's be honest here, I don't think anybody's going to go ahead and fall for this nonsense. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you guys enjoyed the commentary today, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 morning Eastern time. And also, I do stream Monday through Saturday. Now, this week is going to be a little bit iffy, obviously, since we know it's going to be Christmas. So I don't know if I'm going to stream on that day. But Monday is actually my B-day, so I am going to get a stream up on that day. And probably Tuesday, maybe take Wednesday off, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so on and so forth. But obviously, when the time comes, I will let you guys know then. But of course, if you guys are interested, I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, I'm not lying when I say this. Call of Duty is getting hit really hard. Not Call of Duty, but Black Ops 6 in particular. The game is getting ran through. I mean, between the servers not functioning, the anti-cheat being absolutely horrendous, the skill-based matchmaking being ramped through the roof, so on and so forth. It's not getting any better. And on top of the servers also going down, we also had a little bit of a problem where people couldn't load into the playlist, but also at the same time, the playlists were uploaded in some different format. As you can see right here from Charlie Intel, Treyarch appears to have accidentally pushed live internal development playlists in Black Ops 6 for everyone to see. And this is what it looks like right here. Now, this has been resolved already, but again, this is just one of the many issues that are currently happening within Call of Duty. I mean, the game is quite literally imploding. This is exactly what the developers, I'm assuming, were trying to avoid. This is what they always try to avoid every single year, because this is the prime time for COD. The game drops, obviously, as we all know, it's going to be popular. It's Call of Duty. Even if all of our voices were heard on the internet, that's not going to make up for the mass majority of casuals who could give two craps about YouTube, who probably purchase Call of Duty every single year. It's going to be popular every single time around. Is going to be a huge influx of players coming into a brand new game. And as we all know, when a brand new game drops, it's going to have problems. But the difficulty here is that usually right around the corner from a Call of Duty launch is the holiday season. So the developers are going to be gone on break, which this right here is usually the prime time for the development teams to make sure the game is polished, because they're going to be gone for a while. And let me tell you, Treyarch fumbled tremendously with this task. Again, this has nothing to do with the game itself, because I still think Black Ops 6 is pretty enjoyable when I hop on it, and you can, kind of work around the skill-based matchmaking by running with a full 6 stack or something like that to, make it more convenient. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you enjoy it or hate it. We can all acknowledge that they have missed the mark with making sure this game was polished before they left for the holiday season. And on top of knowing that the anti-cheat isn't going to be fixed until Season 2, seriously, we are in a bad spot. But on top of all of this stuff, for those who don't know, we got a brand new event within Black Ops 6 called the Archie's whatever frenzy. We saw this leaked a little while ago. But obviously, for those who don't know, as you can see on my screen here, I was one of the lucky few who got this event completed instantly upon loading into Black Ops 6. Now, this didn't work for everybody. As you can see on the top left of the screen, I have 2,118 points left. That's not normal, okay? For those who don't know, it's bugged right now. And for random people, if you log in, you could basically finish the whole event from beginning to end without having to put one single match in. And then there's others who didn't get any points and they do have to grind the whole thing. Now, the content within this event isn't outstanding, but that's for a different video because I have a whole different discussion for that one. Regardless, at the end of the day, it's a bugged event, but, for those who don't know, Treyarch has come out and basically made it public that we will all be able to finish this event by the end of it. So, if you were not a part of the lucky, handful of people, like myself included, who got all the points upon arriving into the game, as long as you just, wait until the end, you're going to unlock all of the content within. Now, you can do it earlier, of course, if you want to still play the game and unlock things that you might enjoy. And of course, if you're curious which present is, which, you can rewind back into the video and see the screen again to see which one is which, and then you can prioritize your points on what you want to unlock. And again, I would highly suggest not going for the perk, because I personally thought it was a multiplayer perk, but it's not. It's a Warzone perk. They really have to do a better job with that. They have to tell you what these perks do and what these perks are for, whether it's for zombies, multiplayer, or Warzone. I don't know why they don't ever differentiate it. They make it very hard and complex to figure out what's what. But regardless, like I said, if you're curious, you can grind through and you can see what the presents are ahead of time. But if you don't want to grind it all, if you don't want to touch the game, if you would rather play something else throughout the holiday season, at the end of the event, it will all be unlocked for you. Now, personally, I think this is really cool, and I'm happy that Treyarch took the extra step to go ahead and do something like this. But let's be real here. This is, in my personal opinion, just simply a bit of a cover-up. In what world would Activision do something of this sort? Because as we all know, they're going to go ahead and sell bundles, right, for the bare 50 cal, as they usually do. I mean, this isn't anything new. This is a typical business practice they've been following for years and years and years now, including Battle Pass weapons, where instead of, going ahead and grinding for these weapons, you can go into the store and find a bundle instantly and get to play with the gun as long as you pay money for it. So usually in these scenarios, you are not going to see Activision, loosen up and allow the devs to, give the content if, of course, the developers messed up and, everything is being given out for free. Part of me even thinks that maybe Treyarch did that intentionally, but with how random it is and how some people got it and some people didn't, it kind of further, confirms that it is indeed a bug and not something that Treyarch was trying to do behind the scenes to, get a little jab at Activision for being so scummy. But regardless, this isn't something that Activision is going to do very frequently, especially when there's money on the line. So I personally believe that this was done to, kind of settle the community a little bit. Now, if the content was actually good in this Battle Pass, or not Battle Pass, sorry, this event, maybe it would have been a bit better, but I don't think this is going to do anything for the community, especially with how bad of a state Black Ops 6 is currently in. If this was maybe a little bit of a lighter, problem, and it wasn't as many, horrifying things going on right now, maybe the community would feel different. But again, like I said, between SCO's matchmaking, the anti-cheat, the servers aren't working properly, everything is crashing, the game is not performing very well right now. It's in a very bad state. I don't think this is going to help people really push past that. I actually saw a little response to this tweet here by Barnesy saying, "Our word." God, we can see from the data that we are bleeding players at the moment due to our lack of important updates like server stability and anti-cheat measures. So we'll just give everyone the rewards anyway, since most people are playing other games right now. I mean, honestly, I know it's kind of just, a little bit of a joke, but it's true. It's true. The game is in, the dumps right now. People are moving on to Marvel Rivals. I know a lot of people are dabbling in Delta Force. People are checking out the new content drop within X Defiant. A lot of people are just avoiding Call of Duty right now because it's in the worst state it's ever been in. And, honestly, these rewards are not enough. We want statements. We want Treyarch to actually come out, or Activision to come out and address the things that need to be addressed. I'm glad they touched upon the anti-cheat, but I gotta be real. I think the community, me, myself, probably all of you guys, I think we can all come together and say it's unacceptable that we have to wait until Season 2 for anything regarding the anti-cheat. I feel like they should put out another statement confirming that with all the developers they have, they can indeed put something out, anything out before Season 2 to just make it at least partially more playable for the overall audience. And then, of course, things like the servers and stuff like that, where's the talk on that point? Their previous post about the blood splatters being the problem and not the netcode, that literally got community noted. They've never addressed that. They never acknowledged that. Nothing is done. I got to be real. This is where I'm standing right now with Treyarch. And this is the main thing I was always concerned about. I've been saying it since day one. Treyarch, well, let me actually explain the differences between these teams. Infinity Ward is just very egotistical, okay? They're beyond egotistical, they don't listen, and they also don't really make that fantastic of Call of Duty games anymore. Treyarch, on the other hand, they make some pretty solid Call of Duty games, right? They know how to make a COD. It's just, they are also egotistical. So they're not in the same boat as Infinity Ward, where they're egotistical and, they're putting out a game that's just going to be horrendous to play for, a long period of time. At least Treyarch can put something out that, people will enjoy. But when it comes to talking to us, keeping us in the loop, interacting, actually incorporating community feedback, I was really worried that that was going to be a problem. Now, I'm not saying that Treyarch hasn't done any of this, because they have. Like, for example, when it came to the weapon bobbing and visual clutter, visual recoil, they reduced that, even though they stated they kind of prefer that, from the developer's viewpoint. But obviously, since the community didn't really care for that, they rearranged it and they made it better for us, Can't really hate on them for that. They've done many of things, even changing around some of the maps to make them flow a bit better. It's not like they are ignoring us, but I will say, so far, in this current moment, Sledgehammer is still at the top. I want to give Treyarch some credit where credit's due, but this is nowhere close to being where Modern Warfare 3 was. Modern Warfare 3 was a night and day difference from this experience, not only with the type of event content that we got, but also with communication, keeping us in the loop, incorporating our ideas, allowing us as the community to feel a part of the process of a Call of Duty game. And I gotta be real with you guys, my standards have increased, after having that experience with Sledgehammer Games and also witnessing what the XDefiant developers have been doing with us and keeping us in the loop with everything. I no longer can go back to developers just egging us and keeping us in the darkness and doing whatever they please. It just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel right. The community should be a part of the process of this game, especially in a franchise that's been going on for so long as it has, I feel like our voices shouldn't be, extraordinarily important, but they should at least be heard. We should be in the loop with, some of these developers out here. But I just don't sense that with Treyarch. And I'll be real, it worries me. Treyarch, you guys really only have until, the end of December here to, get things back on track. I understand you guys are on your holiday break, and maybe not the end of December, but, going into January for the new year. I'm hoping that you guys will be able to just really drive it home. I hope that you guys don't vanish, disappear, and, we just start seeing a continuous downward spiral within Black Ops 6, because that's typically what happens, Modern Warfare 3 was a very rare game, and I made sure I took advantage of that game for as much time as I could, because I was just so blown away. But seriously, Sledgehammer not only kept amazing communication at the beginning of the game, made sure the game was very polished before leaving for winter break, so we had a playable experience while they were gone for weeks and weeks and weeks, but they also returned for the new year and just kept drilling it home. They just kept going on in, man. They wouldn't stop. They were outstanding. And I want to see Treyarch do the same thing here. But with the current state of Black Ops 6 and how it's performing, I can't lie, it is really worrying me. But, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern Time. And, of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch. Of course, if you guys want to check it out, I got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But, as always, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.